Hello everyone, this is another video on SD-WAN. Today we'll discuss templates, device templates and feature templates and their modularity, okay, and what role they play in SD-WAN, okay. Um, Few things I think that in the past, especially in a very complex network environment, a more traditional network environment, um, you have multiple. You may support customers all across, in different geographical location. And if you start, if you have hundreds, let's say, of um, switches and routers to modify, then it is very hard. And this is for everyone that has been doing this for a long time, or or that has done it enough to understand that you run into scalability issue, right? So traditional configuration may not be um, standardized. Okay, I can go on a router and start modifying the configuration to make one thing works, um, and this configuration change becomes very particular on that router at that site. Specifically, when you start talking about security and how to harden your devices, um, it can take some times to maybe find a solution, or maybe some sort of um, I guess DevOps, put a DevOps, if you're familiar, if anybody's here is familiar with DevOps, is have a perfect processes, right, continuous processes, right, to patch and continue testing and patch, continue testing and patch, and this can be repetitive. And how do you keep all your device configuration standardized? Well, you're gonna have to start thinking about centralizing solution, such as automation, right? um, and Ansible per se, Python, and there are probably other products that can be used in a situation like this, where you orchestrate, right, all your changes across a group. Like, for example, let's use Cisco Prime Infrastructure, which is no longer, which is being sunset, right? It was a great tool which could, you know, you could build groups, and you could push baseline configuration or global configuration to a group of routers, that, and then maybe they ran a certain different, maybe you had IOX XR on your network, right, and you wanted to run a different configuration scheme. Then maybe you can even onboard on a vendor. It was vendor agnostic, um, and then but it was pretty much using, I mean, it was an earlier version of an orchestrator. Okay, now Cisco SD-WAN has changed a little bit for me. I think it's again, it scales really well. Okay, and now we'll talk about some of you know its ability to um, talk about how you can scale with SD-WAN, and how you can keep your configuration baseline across your network. Okay, so let's get started. So let's go to devices. We currently have three controllers: vManage, a vBond, and a vSmart, and two edge site. Well, I've not yet deployed site 400. So we have site 200, site 300, and we have our orchestrators, or controllers in the cloud. Okay. Now we'll focus on building, um, and then I'll show you guys something else very interesting right after we're done discussing templates. But we'll we'll build templates for those two different sites. Okay. Now the way they've done it is that and this is, I mean, if you write if you have any programming background, it does help understand this better, right? The modularity. You have two type of variables. Okay, you have your global variables, and you have your more specific variables, right? So let me show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Let me find a window. Let me see. Let me move this on top. Okay. Give me a second. I will. Yep. Let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna. So I've created an early configuration. Copied it from one of the VIII edges. So, but I will come back to this, right? And discuss the difference between global variable and specific variable. So let me go up, and we'll zoom in, and then we'll go talk about it. So you have two type of variables. You have your global variables, right? And you have your user specific var, right? So per se, the global variables will be things like domain name, right? Domain name. And domain name would be things like, you know, home lab in my case would be domain name. So the domain name will be the same across the board, right? And then like maybe VPN configuration, in general VPN configurations like per se, but let's use things like I'm trying to like NTP configuration, right? They're pretty global, right? So you have your NTP servers, you know, may not change, right? Per se, those will be global variables. User specific variables will be things such as like IP address. It's unique, right? IP address, let's say host name, right? IP routes can be global variables, right? Oh well, no, they're not. So the next hop, right? So you can have an IP route, right? And your next hop is a var, right? It's a variable, specific. So I would say user specific, right? Something like that, right? So this is concept of modularity. So you can create templates, and you can decide which value is global and which value is specific to whatever you want. But now one thing I would say, naming convention is critical. Okay, naming convention, right? Reason behind is that within the device template, you have a multitude of feature templates. And how do you differentiate between one variable on one template versus the other, right? Like let's say you have configuration common to VPN 0, which is, you know, your data plane and control plane, both, I guess, and then another VPN, right? So you have to be very specific within your device template or your feature templates, right? And then I'll show you guys right now what I mean. Okay, let's go back. So we'll go to configuration under templates, right? We have configuration groups, feature profiles. We'll probably do other videos on this, and then we have device templates and feature templates. Let's do feature templates, right? This is where you have to, like, you have different models, right? All these models, right? All these devices are compatible with SD-WAN. Okay, so we're gonna look for the VIII, right? Because that's what we have. We're gonna select that, okay, and then we're gonna configure some of this. These are, each of these are feature template per se. Let's start with AAA, right? In AAA, this is where you can, this is your how you administer the device. AAA would be the method that that's your, authentication, authorization, accounting. This is let's just talk about the first two A's, right? This is how you authenticate into the device and get authorization to the device, right? So VIII, and then we'll say we'll just say VIII, right? And we'll say AAA configuration, okay? For template name, and then for description, we keep it the same. That's simple, okay? Now, authentication order, we want to change that, and I'm going to remove radius. Unless I'm doing some sort of certificate, right? Radius is never is not the preferable method. So TACAX is first and local is next, okay? And then you want a fallback, okay? You see, global, we want a fallback. So you try TACAX first, then local, okay? If TACAX is unreachable, if the TACAX server, right? This could be Identity Service Engine, it could be Microsoft NPS, it could be, well, Microsoft NPS will be Radius, right? But let's not use that. But it could be Identity Service Engine or ACS. ACS is sunset. And then if it fails, it's unreachable, then it goes local, okay? Admin authentication order, I'm gonna keep this default netconf logs, keep off, okay. All right. Authorization local. Well, what can we set the authorization to? Maybe, let's see. I've never configured this, so we'll say VIII local, right? Because it's local authorization. And then we'll look at the operation, default operation. What is that? Accept, I guess. All right, and then we can add maybe some commands. Let's see if we can add some commands. I think I can add an operation. Let's say maybe let me give you guys something like show OMP routes, right? Let's add that. So you can accept show OMP routes, right? This is to authorize what command I can run per se, or I can do a show run, right? And this can be modified. Let me show you guys. Now, I don't know, on, like, for example, on some of the other, like Cisco Identity Service Engine, you can do something like show run, and then you can do a star. Okay, this is for anything that comes afterward, something like that. Okay, and then we can do hold on, let me add some more. How did it? Oh, it didn't. So show action accept. Let's do this again. Show run. Show, we're gonna do just asterisk, right? I think that's good enough. And then we're gonna add another configuration. We're gonna say config T, right? or we're gonna add another configuration. Let me see, show config t. Or we can do whitelisting. What about whitelisting? And then this is good for a test, right? We're gonna deny, and we're gonna say you cannot do config t. What about that? And everything else is accepted. What about we're gonna do that? Is we're gonna whitelist this, and we're gonna blacklist this and whitelist everything else. Right? Let's try that. Okay, and then we can add this. Boom. Okay, now we have two operations. Let me see what the config is, the default. Okay, yep. And then what is this one? Operation. Okay. I don't like that. I wanted to do this under operation. Now I don't know why I did this under config type. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it looks like under config type, an operation will be a show command. That's what it looks like, right? Operation will be a show command. Configuration will be configuration command. Okay. In our case, we said deny config. We cannot go into configuration mode. So let me see. Let me edit this completely. Okay. So we say config type. Let me try again. Add config type. We're gonna accept, and then what configuration we're gonna accept, right? That we're gonna keep it default, right? We're gonna keep it default. Let me see. Default action is accept, and then under operation, we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna say no. You deny. We can deny only, let's say nobody's allowed to look at show run. So sorry, this is accept, and then add operation, we deny show run, and we're going to test this, right? Deny show run. Okay, and we're going to add that, and we're going to say changes. Okay, so under what can a local user do? He can, let's go back, sorry. He can do show MP routes, show run. Okay. Messed this up. I think I did not. Let's go back again. Yeah, so why is it? Okay. Alright. So we're going to delete this. We're going to delete that. We're going to say add operation. We're going to say you deny. The only thing we can't do is show run, and then we're going to add. Okay, so we're going to deny this operation, but we can do everything else. Okay, we're going to save this change. Let's see again. So we have, alright, a deny show run. Okay, perfect. And then under configuration mode, default action is accept everything. Okay, simple as that. Now accounting. Now accounting is, this would be like per se what you're accounting for, like command. Like let's say I've ran a set of commands, right? Accounting will send the information these users have entered this command at this time, and will send it to a syslog server, right? That's all there is, right? Local, we can have user per se. I can edit this because we have a local user already. We'll just keep it consistent. It's admin Cisco 123. Okay. Now you can add. Let me see. Let's see. You can add RSA key, right? Oh, we're not gonna do that. I don't know why it's not. Okay, perfect. We're gonna do the save change. Okay. So admin Cisco 123. Okay. Right. Cisco TAC enable. Well, it's only read. We're gonna do read, right? This is right. Depends on. Then you can have user groups. Okay. A netadmin has all rights and read. Okay. And we are Let me see if I can select my group. Doesn't show me that I can say. I think by default the group is netadmin, okay, because that's the local credential. Radius, we're not using radius. TACACS, well, we can use a TACACS server. We're not gonna set a TACACS server, but I can show you guys quickly what it does. um, you put your IP address. TACACS is on port 49, TCP 49. Your key will be your, let's say we're using, let me see what key is TACACS key. So that could be your secret key, but you have another secret key here, right? So we can see default or something like that, and here you can enter your TACACS secret key. Let me see what that is. Set the password to access the TACACS server. Oh, okay. And obviously your secret key would be set the AES encrypted key to access the TACACS server. Okay, so it could be one or the other, I guess. Source interface, right, would be your TACACS source interface, right? This is what you will enter in your identity service engine, right? That's the IP address that belongs to that interface, right? So you have to select the right interface. VPN ID, obviously, that's your verb for tenant, and priority would be a priority for this TACACS server, because you can have a secondary TACACS server. But we're not going to do that, right? We can make this an option, but we're not doing that. So we're going to save this. So now we have our first template. Okay. We have a AAA template, and then you can add another template, or you can duplicate this template. So you can duplicate the template for another device that is another VIII, or and I'll show you guys in what case I would duplicate a template, right? Let me think about this. Okay, archive is pretty straightforward. If you're a Cisco engineer, you understand that archive is pretty powerful, right? So, and I'll explain to you. With archive, you can archive all your configuration up to how many configuration you decide to archive. It's a arbitrary number. By default, it's it would fill up your flash, okay, every time you write. So I would archive configuration. I think best practice is 3, right? But you can roll back configuration using archive. So in this is the archive interval this much, but can I set the archive to, let's say, I guess that's fine to do default. Let's go back. Default is okay. Path to archive, so you can say boot flash, right? Boot flash, right? SSH key file, we don't need one. VPN ID. Now I don't know. That may be how you export the archive configuration. Path to archive file directory. So it could be a, let's say, maybe path to archive file directory. That could be maybe a let's do temp and then running configuration, something like that. I guess it would be something like that. You can encrypt it, and then you can tell it where to send it, which VPN. So you can, I guess, build a VPN dedicated to archive the config through maybe VPN 100. Maybe this is VPN 100. I don't care. It could be arbitrary, right? We're gonna say device specific, okay? And then we'll keep it like that. Let's save that, okay? BFD session. So let's do BFD session, right? BFD sessions would be bidirectional forwarding detection. This is a protocol that runs on, that could be added to on top of, let's say you have you're running BGP, you can run BFD to check the peer, right? The peer link, or the peers, if they're up or down, right? And BFD allows milliseconds convergence, right? Because if for example a BFD packets is sent during a certain amount of times and a certain amount of time and in an interval, time interval, and there's no response, you can orchestrate a failover, right? With BFD, right? You can make decisions, right? And then the BFD could be, you could use, we do in biz internet, right? A low interval 1000 multiplier 7, that's fine. PathMTU discovery, not in every environment you can do that, but we'll keep it as default, right? And then we'll save. Okay. All right. Can do another one, and then we'll call this one. Let's see, just to save ourselves some time. Um, let's see what we're gonna be using. NTP, definitely NTP is useful, right? Now, I'm currently not using any keys or any authentication. NTP configuration, right? And then, oops, let's go back. We can add a server. This is pretty straightforward. We're going to make it a global value. So that is, like we spoke earlier, this is a constant value, right? That doesn't change. We're not using authenticating keys. We're doing this over, actually, it'll be 1.15, right? Let me check real quick. 1.15, yep, 1.15. So we're not doing authentication. It's over VPN 0, version 4, source interface. It would be, yeah, you can make it specific. So we're gonna say VEdge, right? NTP server source interface. Okay. All right. This is an arbitrary value. It's, in my case, this is 0, 0 and 0, 0. So actually, it could be a global value, right? So let's go back. It could be a global value. Why not? Let's make it global because we're using 0, 0. Okay, and then we prefer that NTP, and then we add this. Okay, currently we only have one. Okay, we only have one NTP server, so we'll keep it at that. We're not doing any authentication, right? You can set up your a key, right, and then key known to only the client and the server. Okay, and then we'll save that, and then we can choose the mode of authentication. It could be SHA 256, used to be MD5, so depends. Okay, so add another template, and I'm just showing the modularity of this, right? Interestingly, you're able to, so we can do OMP or leave it default. It's okay to fill up this information, right? Because let's do OMP just to demonstrate a little bit how this works, right? I'm gonna do as many feature templates as I can, right? Just for this exercise. So we're gonna do VEdge OMP configuration, right? And then we're gonna keep that here. Grace rules are on. We'll keep all this default value, shutdown no. Okay, advertisement, we'll keep it BGP, we'll say yes, you're advertising BGP. We're not using OSPF, we're doing connected static. We're not doing EIGRP nor Lisp or ISIS, so that's it. Simple. All right, let's add another template. Okay, the edge. And this is gonna be probably one of the most annoying part, because we're doing this right step by step. You have to build, you have to develop your configuration. That might take a while, right? But once you're done, you're pretty set. You don't have to do this again, right? So right now we're doing the what is this again? Security, right? Security configuration. Right. All right. So real rekey time, replay window, if sec. Well, we're doing off. That's fine. Right now, we have ESP and IP UDP ESP, but you can introduce this, but we'll keep those two. IP UDP ESP. I can remove this right now because we're not using that. We're just using. Well, we can allow both. That's fine. Let's do both. Okay. All right. That's pretty much it. And then let's move on to the next one. Add template, and then we'll go back again. Edges, vCloud. Okay, system. This is they have many moving parts, right? Some would be user defined, others would be global. Okay. Because you have things like host name, site number, and vBond information and all that. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna say VEdge system configuration. Okay, perfect. And then site ID will make it specific, right? But we gotta say, hey, this is a VEdge, right? System ID. Okay, perfect. System IP, that is very specific, right? So it's gonna be VEdge system ID. Okay, overlay ID 1, that's fine. Time zone, we want to do VEdge specific system, right? Time zone, that's fine. Host name, yes, host name is very specific. VEdge. Okay, perfect. Location, well, why not, right? Those are great information because I can start using this metadata to do something with, right? Device groups, device group, device group. Well, we'll keep it a controller group. Configure a list of comma separated device group. Device group. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Description. Don't need one. Baud rate 9600. Maximum OMP sessions. We'll keep it default. Latitude, longitude tracker. We're not doing that. Advanced control session policer. DTLS. We're going to keep this value. Port hopping on. Port hopping. We'll talk about that. Port offset. We'll talk about that too. And another video. What else? ICMP errors. Gateway trackers. I'm not seeing anything other than. I think that's pretty good. That's default. Okay, we'll keep it that way. All right, now we'll get into, and you can do this for the C edge. We'll do one for the C edge later on. Like I said, this is annoying when you start building it, but after you're done, right, you don't have to do this again, right? So here we have multiple different type. Okay, we have VPN interface IPsec, VPN interface NAT pools, VPN interface PPP, and then we'll talk about all these. But right now, our focus is this VPN. If you're not careful and you don't read carefully, you may spend more time here trying to get this right one time, right? So let me show you guys how to get yourself, or how do you work around this, right? And then Okay, so we're gonna call this VEdge, right? VPN configuration. We'll keep it at that. Okay. All right, so we'll do VPN 0. Okay. VPN 0 name. We'll keep it default. Enhance ECMP keying. We'll keep enable optimization off. OPM. That's what we'll. DNS. Right? You need a DNS. So I'll do something specific. 1 second. I'll say this is VEdge. Oops. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit slow. VEdge. Oops. VEdge. Okay, we'll do that. VEdge. Okay, VEdge. Oops. God, why is it? Alright, let's go back. VEdge. Okay, VPN name. Now we're not doing that. Something. Okay, DNS. That's what I wanted to do. Don't know how I ended up VEdge. That's okay. We'll do the. And then secondary address, we don't need it. We won't do default, right? Can do secondary, but we don't need that. Or let's make it global. What about that? Global would be 192.168.1.15. That's my DNS server, really. I don't have a secondary one. BGP, advertise OMP, yeah, on. We're doing static, we're doing connected, we're not doing any other. And then network type, we have a network, so we're gonna say on, right? We're gonna say new network. Let's see, new network. I'm gonna add this as optional because you may. Hold on, let me. We're gonna make it OMP network. No, it's not an OMP network. Cancel. Okay, cancel out of that. Advertise OMP. This is under OMP. We don't need that. IPv4 route. That's what matters, right? Because we had a quad 0 earlier, right? So the prefix will be okay, /0, and then the next hop you may have to add a next hop, right? The next hop should be user specific, right? Address, we won't say user specific. We're gonna say VEdge, right? We'll keep it like that. Okay, distance is 1. We'll keep that like that, and we'll say add. Okay, this is the, and then we're gonna add. Alright, this is VPN 0, so it's critical, right? VPN 0. I think this is VPN 0. Okay, let's call it. Yeah, it's VPN 0. Okay, we got to be careful here now, right? It's VPN 0. VPN 0. Okay. Services. Okay. We don't have any service. Okay. Because you could. Yeah, we don't. Let me see what he does. What is services for? Services. Service type, right? We can provide. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe we have a firewall service. Okay, where we can forward or traffic, return or inbound traffic to this firewall before you exit. But we'll cover this later on. Okay, so we're not gonna do anything with this yet. We could do IPsec routes. We can do NAT, right? That's translating IPv6 into IPv4. This is for legacy systems. We can do route linking between global and service VPN. We'll come back to this, okay? And then we'll save. That's all we needed. Now we need to do service VPNs, right? We need to create, what is this? Prefix has to be configured if network aggregates turned off on the. At least one prefix list has to be configured. I wish I could click and go back, but maybe it was highlighted. Let me see. Because we had this on, right? It's off. Okay, save. That should work now. Alright. I think that'll take now. Save. Oh, OMP cannot be configured for VPN 0. Ah, that's because I had this selected. So let's do off. Okay, save. Alright, there we go. We're almost there. Alright, so I'm gonna add another template. Okay, let's do it for edges again. VH Cloud. Then we got to do let me see, what is it called? VPN interface, other template. You have your banner. Trying to find, I want to create other VPNs, right? I think, alright, I think I know what to do here. Hold on 1 second. Because we have a VPN 10 and a VPN 20, right? So I need to keep that consistent, right? So what we'll do is, oh wait, I think I'm having issues, but let's cancel out of this. It's quite slow. And then I'll try to make a video, and then we'll try to do orchestration using APIs instead of, hand jamming everything. Maybe we'll feed it a where's VPN 0? It's this one. So what I'll do is, you can also save yourself some time and duplicate, copy, and then we're gonna change this to 10, right? Oops, 10. There we go. And we'll copy and edit. I think that's quicker. And then we'll edit it. Let's copy this one too and change it to 20, and then we'll go back and edit both. So it saves us some time, right? But like I said, API is quicker, right? You do your spreadsheet, or you do a YAML file, maybe XML file, and then you can, JSON works. JSON is my preferred method of doing this, and then we can use API to push configuration directly to the controllers. Okay. It's not generally this slow. It's just let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm not running over my. Yeah. All right. Let's go back. So we'll change this to VPN 10. So this one becomes VPN 10, right? Now this is what I was talking about, right? You need to separate. So this is VPN 10, right? And then anywhere, I don't need this DNS entry, so I don't need this. So I can make this default, right? I don't need a DNS here. Well, I could, because we're gonna have to do some route linking for DNS. We'll do this later. No OMP, new IP route. I'm gonna change this. This would be the why is this so slow? This would be user defined. Yeah. VPN 10 IPv4 IP address, right? User defined. Next hop should be user defined also. Don't know why I did that. Okay. Next hop should be user defined. Oops. Save changes. Why did it not do it for me? VPN 10 IPv4 prefix. My next hop is user defined. Okay. That will be my LAN network. Okay. And I can make it optional if I wanted to, but in this case we need it. Alright. I'm gonna say update that. Okay. We're gonna do this for VPN 20. Okay. Yeah, so you can see my, where's my vManage? I don't see the vManage. Interesting. There's more pages. Let's go. vManage 31%. I shouldn't be this slow, right? Oh, that's my certificate authority with my edge site. I'm having computing issues maybe. Okay. Well, we need to do the same thing here. That's a VPN 20. Okay. That's okay, global. OMP route stays the same. I mean OMP advertisement, we don't need to modify that. Oof, it's a lot of latency. New IPv routes, should have duplicated the other one, but that's fine. We're gonna say VPN 20. Okay. And then the next hop is already set to be exactly what we want. And then we can save this or update that because there's no modification other than that. We're going to create another template. We need a BGP template, right? VPN, we're done with that. We have banner, BGP. We can have a logging template, but we'll do BGP and logging template. Let's do the BGP one. A lot of the value within BGP are user defined because your peer, or if you're using a custom policy, I don't know. I don't know why you would do that, but well, I know why you would do that, but I think that you're trying to go to a more global configuration. This is just a thought, right? So okay, so we'll do VEdge BGP configuration. Oops. I got some latency, that's the issue. Okay, and then I'll just copy that and drop it here. So we say no, AS number, we're gonna say specific, right? So we're gonna say the edge, right? Very specific, right? Vendor specific, router ID, vendor specific, because I like to select my router ID. Okay. Internal route distance, that's fine. I like that. 20 is good. We're not redistributing anything. We can have networks. This is maximum path. We'll keep it default. Networks, we may need some networks, right? No, we have AS number. No, that's sorry, that's this. We're gonna make this specific, right? We're gonna make this specific, right? All right, and then I can add that. So that's one network prefix to advertise, and then you can add more, I guess, but we'll do only one. Neighbor, yes, we need neighbors. We're gonna make this specific. Okay. And then description, you could put a description. I think it's always good to put a description. It helps. Okay. Address family on. Yeah. I'm gonna say on. We want to do IPv4 unicast. Maximum number of prefixes, we're not gonna do that. Route policy, we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. Okay, we can do some advanced option. Let me show you guys the advanced option. But all right, advanced options. All right, next hop self. That will be within internal BGP. We're doing external BGP, so we should communities, and we can advertise. We can do. We can send communities. We can extended communities, capabilities. All that is default. Um, right. Can have password. ABGP multi-hop. That could be for security. Keep it live. We can change the time. I like to keep it default. It's okay. Let's go down advanced, hold time, keep it live. Yeah, it's all default. So we're gonna save that. I mean, we're practically done. Now one more, we're gonna do logging. I wanna log to, should we do logging? So quickly, you know, you have your name description and you have your type of templates, right? Your device model and device templates. Right now they haven't been applied. Resource group, you can create a resource group, right? And you have device attached will be your, because everything is global. We don't have a different, right here, right? Everything is global, right? And then device attached, we have not attached it to any of the V edges, and this been done by us, right? Okay, the date and time, very straightforward. Okay, one more template, it's logging. Let me see. I'll just, it's gonna be arbitrary. I'm gonna make it, that's another global configuration. Doesn't need to be very specific. It doesn't have to be user defined. I'd rather have this global, right? Your syslog server don't change, right? It's, you know, you logging to maybe you have an SNMP server acting as a syslog. It could be SolarWinds, it could be identity service engine, although I wouldn't use it for a syslog server. It's not meant for that. But anyway, so we'll call this VEdge logging configuration. I'm trying to keep these feature templates and use them. So disk enable. Oh, okay, that's local. And then I can add a server to send. Let's say we're gonna do 192.168.115. That will be so VPN 0. That's okay. Source interface. We're gonna say let's do global because that's not gonna change, right? Priority. That's fine. That's okay. We're gonna add that. You know what? I should do mark as optional. Right? We'll do mark as optional. What about that? Hold on, let me go back because maybe I'm not interested in setting it up. Save changes. Okay, and then we'll save that and we're done. So let me show you guys how to, because we're doing informational. I think informational is good. Hold on, once it failed to create template, already exists. Oh, that's interesting. Logging. I was pretty sure I did logging. Okay, we're gonna save this. Okay. Okay, I think we're done. Now let me show you guys how to. So you go to device template, and this is where you can download a CSV file. So let's create a template. I'll show you guys from feature templates. Okay. You select your model. In our case, we're doing an edge cloud. Device role. Okay, let's wait for it to be done. View device role. It's a SD1 edge. Template name. Okay, template name. We'll call it site or yeah, VIII 01, right about that. That's what we're doing. Template. Okay. Basic information. This is where you can go into, and then you can select your VIII info. You see that? It's a drag, right? VIII logging information. We have one, so we added it. We can add NTP and we can add archive, right? So we created all those stuff. So archive, we select the event template we created, NTP, okay. And then you can come over here and say, hey, I have a AAA configuration, I have a security configuration, I have a BFT template, I have a VIII OMP configuration, right? Template, transport. This is where you select your VPN 0. You can add BGP, right? We have a BGP template. What I don't see is VPN 10. We have a default, so we don't care about this right here. Let me see, and that's it. And then under VPN, service VPN, this is where you add your LAN, right? I have VPN 10. The thing is, I don't see VPN 20. I may have not changed the. We may have to fix that. Say next. We don't have any of these. It's a VPN interface. What is a VPN interface? I think we may have to create a VPN interface, but I'm going to select that. I think that you can create a template. This is what's nice about this, right? Serve device, you can do it from here, right? Let me see. Come on, it's very slow. So let's see. Okay, yeah, this is critical. Can't believe I forgot that. So so you can create a VIII. Oops. So, my God, this is slow. Okay, we're gonna call it VIII VPN. I think this is for 20, right? 20 interface, right? Configuration. Okay, then we can. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll say no, it's not shut down, right? We don't want it shut down. Interface name. In our case, we're using what are we using for Edge? We're using for VPN 20. We're using 02. It's a gigabit interface. Interface name. We're gonna say this is VPN 20 interface name for VIII, right? And this is where you have to be careful. You have to have the proper names, right? Interface name, it is a, we can do global and select gig. It's a gig interface. All right. Description, it's okay to have one. This is on 20. We're gonna do VIII, and I thought I was done. Not yet. Okay. And then static, you're gonna have your IP address, right? So you want it obviously specific to VPN 20, and this is VIII configuration, right? You gotta be careful now because you can have CH configuration, right? Secondary IP, we're not doing that. We're not doing any of this. It's not a tunnel interface. We're not NATing. We're not doing right now any QoS or ACLs. ARP, no. That 1X, we're not. No, we're not doing any of this. So we're done. Okay. All right. And then I think that's it. I want to add, right? That's for VPN 10. Let's see if I can add another VPN. I think that I did not change. Yeah, I don't have any more. So I may have to go back up, right? Well, we'll come back here. Banner. Let's select. Oh, I did not create one, so we'll say none, right? Oh, what happened? Banner. We don't have one. So it should tell me none. Policy, we don't have. Security policy, we don't have one. I could have sworn that I did create a security policy. No, we don't have a bridge. We're not doing anything here. We're missing one VPN, and I mean, we need to create a VPN 10 for that. VPN 0. I don't see the system template. I added my, oh yeah, there it is, system. There we go. And security, I got that. So we're not done with this template. So what I'm gonna do is I need to add a VPN 0 VPN interface, right? And then I have to create one, unfortunately. I think we're doing this backward, and I have to go back and figure out the VPN 20 because it's a service VPN under the device template, and I may have not changed the VPN number to 20. I think I may still have 0 on there. So let's quickly work through this. So it's so we'll just going, where is the interface? So we'll do VIII, right? We're gonna say VPN, is it what, 0? We're gonna change that to, we're gonna say, oh my god, what did I do? Oh, well, great. Alright, let's create a template. I think I clicked back by accident. Yeah. Okay. We go back here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna call it VIII VPN 0 VIII VPN. Oh my god, I need to get this right. It's lowercase, right? VPN 0 interface. This configuration. Okay. Then I'm just gonna copy that and paste. Okay. We're gonna say shut down. No. Make it global. Okay. Interface name is a gig interface. Okay. Description. It's always good to have a description. VIII. I need to get this right. This is 0. Is it static IP address? Yes. VIII VPN 0. Okay, secondary IP. No, we don't. No, no, no. No, none. No for all this. Okay, we're almost done. I need to go back and fix VPN 20 because I need to modify that. So we're gonna create for now. We'll go back to featured div templates, and I have to modify VPN 20 and change its okay. We'll get back here. Now you'll notice that attached device device template has changed. We haven't attached it yet, but I need to modify this VPN 20 configuration. I'm pretty sure I missed putting the number for VPN. I kept it at 0, and that is causing it to think that it's in the VPN 0 I guess how do I call it, configuration, right? But that's not the case, right? It's VPN 0, VPN 20. Let me see, verify this. I'm not too sure. Maybe I did it right. No, yeah, that's right. I kept it at VPN 0. Yeah, and then we'll create that update. Yeah, that's fine. Now I wonder if the VPN interface, I made it VPN 20 instead of VPN 10. Let me verify that. Like I said again, once you have this built, right, you have your feature templates built and you have already um, um, like put them in a device template, attach them to a device template, then you're practically done, right? At least that's how you baseline, and then you can use the same template on different devices. So like I have a, let me find it, where is VPN 20? So this should be VPN 10. I don't know why I named it as such, right? So let's look into this. Not using that much resources. I don't know why it's slow. Could be that I may have to close the browser and then okay, this is, it calls it VPN 20, but that is definitely VPN 20 interface configuration, right? VPN 20 IP addresses. Yeah, well, I don't need to do anything here. I don't need to do anything here. Let's look at if you have a VPN 10 interface configuration. I hope I do. I have a VPN 10. Let me see what's in here. I just need to make sure that I don't have 20 in there instead of 10, right? That would cause confusion, and I can see why, right? Okay. Oof. I may have to allocate more resources to this lab. Okay, there we go. And generally it is not this slow. This could be a, I may have to close the browser and reopen the browser. I'll do it when, after I'm done with this video, but yeah, so I think I got this right, at least for VPN 10. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that because I mean I just need to create a VPN 10 interface. That's all I did. I do need to do so, and then we'll go back to device template and add VPN 10 under service VPN. So yeah, we're missing one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, okay, and I'm gonna change this value to 10. Then I think that should do. I may have to get in there and edit it to change some of the names, the naming configuration, right, for device specific entries. Instead of having VPN 20, I'm gonna have VPN 10 because that can cause confusion. All right. Come on, this is quite slow. Okay, so see this part, it will be 10, okay, and then this part also would change 10. Okay, and then that's it. And then some of these values, I'm not familiar with all of them, but we can make a video and discover them one by one. I'll use documentation, and then we can go from there. I mean, in case you guys have not noticed, I some of this sometimes demonstration and labs, I come in with ready documentation, like, and then I try partially, and I try to deploy the configuration. So it is for me a process of learning as much as a process for you of learning. So this is where we add PN. So you'll see me read documentation. Oh, what is there? It is. There it is. All right. Next. And then we can add the VPN interface. So for me, it's a process of learning as much as indeed it is for you guys. So we have VPN 10 configuration and VPN 20 configuration. I think we should be done. Okay. Now let's attach this to VEdge 3, right? I mean VEdge Site 1. Site 100, sorry. It's VEdge 01. I should call it VEdge 100, right? It would make much more sense. We can change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the device. Now, there are a few things you can do here, okay? So we'll say we're going to do this one. That's the one we're attaching, right? You can do both if you wanted to, but it's going to, just for simplicity's sake, just for demonstration, I want to do one, okay? All right. And this is where it makes it, this is the beauty of automation, right? Then you attach it, right? Now, it'll give you the option to download a CSV file, right? And the CSV file will have columns, many columns in one row. And this row, see, this is where you download it. If you click here, you would download a spreadsheet, okay? All right. And this spreadsheet is a template that you can fill up, and you fill it up, come back here and upload it, and you can upload it here. Click that, you'll choose file and upload. But that's not what we're gonna do. We can do it this way, edit device template, right? So this is what I was talking about, right? Like you see on the VH1, then you have VH VPN 20 name, right? Then you have VPN 20, and then obviously you have VPN 10. Now imagine I did not have a numerical value here to determine which VPN I'm configuring, right? That would be a problem because I wouldn't know which one is which. All these interface names will be the same. So you got to be careful. Naming convention is critical. So VPN edge name, this is VoIP, right? Okay, that's what we're doing. IP address, I can use the oops, that's not, oh my, I can go back up and say, hey, what was my IP address? That's, I don't, VPN 20. That's my address, my IP address, right? That's VoIP. Okay. I go back and say, hey, boom, that's it. What's my next hop IP address? VH VPN next hop IP address. I have a 0 here. I wonder. Okay, this is for VPN 20. I didn't name this properly. So the prefix will be for the route. Okay, sorry. So we'll go back. And like I said, this can be a little tricky. So this is the route, and this is the next hop, right? So this will be the route, okay, to VoIP devices, right? And then this is the next hop. Okay, that's why I printed this configuration. Okay, and then description of VH VPN 20 name, VoIP VH VPN 20 interface description. I would say VPN 20, and I'll do VoIP. I don't know, something. And then the IP address. What was the IP address that we selected for it? Is this one. Okay, we're going to say that's the IP address, and then we'll do the same thing for VPN name. Will be users, right? Prefix will be also a route that this route. Okay, we won't do that. Oops. Sorry, I don't know if I'm showing my screen, so I have to zoom that. I have to zoom out. Okay, and then select the next hop. I'll minimize that. Okay, and then the description, we're gonna say users. I'll say VPN 10 users, right? Something like that. And then they want the IP address. Okay, the IP address is this. Okay, for VPN 10. Name, VEdge VPN name. I wondered if this is for no, this is for 0 now. Okay, 0. We're gonna say this is data. Okay, VEdge next hop address. I don't know if is this. Okay, this is a quad 0. This is the quad 0 within the yeah, this is the quad 0 within the data plane. I want to say that, and then probably wants a description of this route. I would say oh no, that's the next hop. I don't see a prefix. Did I may have not done this properly. So let's see. This is what it's looking for, the next hop. But I'm not seeing something similar to like VPN IPv4 IP prefix. I'm not seeing VPN IP address. I see that VH VPN 0, and this is an interface description. I'll say data, say VPN 0. I'm missing something. I have a next hop, but I don't have the route itself. Yeah. VH VPN 0 IPv4 address. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. This is it. I think we may have to add the services also, which I miss. Okay. VH. Okay, so it's a. We go back and see what we have for BGP configuration. It's 6000. Router ID, we'll say it's 172.201.2. It's external IP address. VEdge prefix. So that is this should be optional. A VEdge BGP network. I don't need that. I think that's optional. And then this is your time, so you can select. I have a feeling I'm missing some stuff. Okay. Host name, it's VEdge 01. I think that's what it's called. Location, I would say US. Who cares? System IP, it's 1.1.1.10. Right. System ID is 200, I believe, or 100. Let me see. It's not 200. Hostname, that's the login optional. VPN ID, we're gonna say 0. Network prefix, that should be optional. Yeah, I think I'm missing something, and I'll show you guys. So optional. Let's do 192.168.1.15. I thought saying optional. VEdge BGP network address. Well, let's do a let's advertise ourselves. 201.0/29, I believe. Let me see if that's the case. Yep, 29. Okay, let's see. I'm missing something, but we'll quickly determine. So I'll show you guys how you can look at your configuration, and if you click on your configuration, it'll give you a preview, right? And then you can scroll through your preview and see if you miss anything, right? Right, and then the nice thing about this, it can show you your current configuration side by side with your new configuration, and it would do a diff. The diff or delta would be, it would highlight missing items, right? So Now, quickly looking at this, we have the host name, we have the system ID, we have a site organization name, we got a VBON configuration. Remember, we did the TACAX order, right? Um, and then we have our operation, if you guys remember. Uh, then we scroll down, we have our admin, it's fine. Logging, we did server, and then we told it to go 00 to use this interface. We have an NTP configuration, all right. We have our archive configuration, OMP configuration. We wanted to add BGP. We do have our IPsec configuration. This is your hashing and so authentication type, and this is already an integrity type, but you have a this is your encryption here. I don't know why it calls it integrity type. ESP would be, and then you have your DNS, right? You have your configuration of BGP configuration. What I'm not seeing is your peer. I might have to go back and fix that. Interface gig. I don't have my my interface. I didn't select that. Think I may have to go back to my then I have my routes, but I'm missing, well, I have the default route here. That's okay. It looks like that this was default, that's why I couldn't see, so that's not wrong, but I may have to add the interface number. I didn't do that. So alright, VoIP, looks like I have everything. So things that I need to fix would be the interface, and that's it, right? Now when I say configure diff, it does side-by-side difference, right? Currently I've added all this. Okay, this is the local configuration current. There's a domain ID now, there's a location, and there is a console baud rate. Things that I don't no longer have. I have a user group, it's missing here. I've added extra configuration for logging services. NTP stays the same. I have a source interface now for NTP. Okay. Archive configuration in addition to this. Okay, I added advertise. Anything green is being added. You can notice here under BGP configuration, I don't have all the timer because I'm using default values, so they're going to stay. I have a no shut normally. I don't have the neighbor. I need to add these two items. And it looks like it hasn't been done. I'm missing all the services under the interface. I need to add them. They're all going to be gone, and that's not good. I need those. Have my route doesn't change. Except there's a description. It's a little more descriptive. I don't have IPv6. My IP route's correct, so this is missing. It's okay. All right. So, but we're gonna cancel out of that because there's some fix we have to do. Things we have to fix are services and interface, right? So we'll go back to template quickly. Okay, we'll fix this quickly. All right. One would be the interfaces, so we'd be under VPN interface configuration. Like I screwed this. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go edit. We'll edit this one first. Under interface, we need to add services, and we didn't do that, so we'll knock this out in one place. I think we should be done. We'll push that configuration. We got to do this in 3 different places. This is 20. We got to do this on VPN 0 and on VPN 10. Okay, so this is where I was missing. This is VPN 20. So VPN 20 is VPN 20 is 02. Okay, 02. All right, and then we gotta go to services. There's gotta be a place to enable services, and I don't see it. 02. I have a description. DHCP helper, we don't need that. Secondary IP address, we don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need VRP. No, so it's because it's not VPN 0, we don't have services, right? I don't know why I was looking into services. So we're just correcting the interface. That's it. So, all right. So we'll go back to VPN. Now we need to do VPN 10. I'm gonna edit that. And the only part that's terrible is I have to refill the template with these values, right? And that's about it. But anything other than that, once it's done, like I said, we can download the spreadsheet, right? And then just change those value, right? You know, one time. So, and this is 03, I believe, 03. Let me check quickly. It is 03. Yep, that's correct. And then we're gonna update that because there's anything else to do. And then we're gonna do VPN 0 interface. That's where we're gonna add all the services. And then we'll go back to device template and then modify it again one more time and then push it. VPN 0. Yep, that's it. And then we're gonna edit that. But as you can see, I think that this is much better because they already have, hey, they have everything organized in, different modules, and all you got to do is go into those different, I'll call them template, right? Modules or template, and then make changes, right? Once you make those changes, you should be good, right? So this is 00. You do one time and that's it. Now let's see, there's got to be services on there here, or there could be somewhere else. I mean, this is oh yeah, I know where it is. It's under tunnel, right? Because tunnel, it's under tunnel. We gotta say on, right? We're gonna say global value on, and then it's gonna add all the services. Why is it not selecting what I want? Let me see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, device specific. We're gonna do VIII, right? And latency. I have some latency in this. Okay. 0. Alright, this is the color. Restrict. Yes, we're gonna restrict. Okay. No groups, no border, maximum control connection. We're not doing anything with that. VBUN as stun server. We're not. Stun will be a protocol used for natting, so we're not going to do that. So control group port hop on. Yes. Now this is where we change our. We're going to say on. You can say all on, but sometimes for security reason you can turn and like you need, for example, you need netconf. Definitely you need that, right? You need your NTP, right, to synchronize. This is for certain. We don't need we need SSH possibly. We're not doing stuns, we're in HTTPS. So we have everything we need. I think that should be good. So now we can go back and under device template, repeat the process we've done earlier. So, and then I think we're done this time. All right. And for demonstration's sake, even if I'm missing some stuff, I'm just gonna push it, right? So we're gonna edit this template. Oh, why did I edit it? No, we're gonna attach it because we already have it set. Cancel. Come on. We're gonna attach it to VIII. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we're gonna attach device. Alright. It's gonna tell me which one. We're gonna select VIII. That's what we want to do. We're gonna attach it, and it's gonna create a dedicated VIII configuration template that we can modify. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this to this side, outside. Oh, all right, let me go back. All right, So this is where you get in and you edit the device template. Some of the values are already been set. Alright, so we're gonna say VoIP. Oh, this is awesome. I can just select what needs to, because I already tapped it. So description, we can say VoIP, right? Or VPN 20. We already did that before. I think this is the IP address, so I have to VPN IP address to that interface. So we're gonna do why is it an IP address? This is IP address edge. I have a description, but I don't have an interface. Where's the interface? Oh, he probably is gonna set it automatically. So what I'll do is I'm gonna go to VPN 20. We're gonna get the IP address of VPN 20. Okay, and then VEdge name, we're gonna say user. Oops, I already did that. I don't know why. Okay, this is the routes. We're gonna do a description. Oh, oops. Routes. Description would be VPN 10. IP address of interesting. Oh boy. This is VPN 10. Yeah, I got my description. And remember what I said about naming convention. I don't know how that happened. And this is under VPN 10, you can see. Okay, select the IP address of VPN 10. Yeah, and then I'll have to go back and fix this naming convention. VEdge VPN name, that's for 0, right? We're gonna call it data. That's the next hop, and then that's VPN 0. IP address, it's over here. We gotta go back and grab this, right? We're gonna have to, I hope it saved the, so this is base internet, remember? We have this value already done before. Yeah. Oh, we didn't modify the BGP configuration. Well, that may cause an issue because we don't have a peer, right? Yeah, we forgot that one. That's not good. Let's just push it and then I'll go back and add it. I have it anyway, so VPN VIII 1 US system ID is 200, and then archive, I would say VPN ID 0 update. Oh, this is optional. Let's do optional. Maybe he wants me to type optional. I don't know. Alright, so we'll go next. We'll select it. And then obviously the BGP configuration is missing a peer. I'll fix that from the CLI. Although that's not a good practice, we'll need to fix this. Okay. I knew I was missing something. So let's do a config diff and side by side. Yeah, I'm missing that. Yeah, I don't care about the IPv6 portion. We'll do a different lab for that. I'm not seeing any. I don't see the BGP configuration. Oh, there is a neighbor. I guess I'm not missing it. I'm good. Alright, so let's see. There is this intent, right? Let's see what. Let's see. What that does for us. I think we got this pretty squared away. All I gotta do now is push the configuration, and I think the device should be able to take it, right? And then the nice thing about this is I can just configuration, let me see. oh, intent, and then configure devices. Let's do, okay, configure devices. Okay, now it's going to push the configuration. Okay, and it'll give you a status, right? Like in progress, something like this. Refresh should be in here. It should, something should pop up. Oh, there it is, in progress. There we go. All right, your template VIII template, checking and creating device in vManage. Well, the device is already in vManage, right? Generating configuration from template, right? Validation success. Let's refresh and see if we, okay. Device is online, updating device configuration in vManage, sending configuration to device, which is pretty cool. Let's see what happens. Oh, failure. What happened? Let's see. Device failed to process error. System logging server optional. Of course. I didn't like that. Cannot delete if zero internet from management VPN. So this might be something that yeah. This needs to be an element. Value is not correct. The VPN. Yes. So that would be this one right here. This one right here. Okay. Let's try this again. Let me see if I can go back from here. Let's go back to configuration, templates, and see device templates. Now, there's few things that was brought up, right? We need to, one of the errors suggested that let's go back to device template. Let's modify it. One of the errors suggested that under logging, I had to put a logging server, right? So let's edit this real quick. I want to get this right one time, right? Let's see. You would think that under here, VPN interface. He didn't like the. See. There we go. I may have to modify this. Yeah, but the issue is I don't have an out of band at 512 on here, and I don't want to run a VPN 512 out of band on those V edges. It doesn't make sense, really, does it? But we had an error saying, hey, and in previous videos I showed you guys on the CLI you have to remove with intent the interface 0 if you're using it anywhere else. In this case, I'm not using Ethernet 0. Interestingly, it popped up with an error. Let's see, basic configuration. I'm gonna say shutdown. Interface name, it's let's say if 0. Yeah, why it's not selecting it? Oh, weird. There you go. We're gonna say 0. We're gonna do dynamic because I don't care for it. We don't have one. And then everything else should be standard. I'm gonna save. Oh, oh, of course. We're gonna call it VEdge VPN 512. Oops. Wow. Okay, it's gonna be VEdge VPN 512 configuration. I'm pretty surprised that generally it leaves at default. I don't know why. In my case, it screamed not this error particularly. I'm talking about earlier when I deployed the template. It didn't like it, right? Like, hey, if 0 is being used somewhere else, but it's not really, right? So we're gonna update this, and then we're gonna try it one more time. I mean, we have practically all the values saved, so it shouldn't take that long, and then we'll just attach the device. Okay, it's gonna be the VIII. We'll attach that. Okay, and then we'll modify the values once we edit template. Okay, I think we had already. Oh wow, why didn't it have descriptions? I've got, okay, let's see, did all this before, so some of this should populate automatically. He helps. Okay, that's good. And then base internet 6000, that's the peer. Prefix, I didn't need a prefix. I really didn't need that. Or remove that later, because I mean it doesn't make sense. I just need a place value, or it would scream even like the input, right? This is 200 optional. Yeah, we're gonna do 92168.1.15, and then we're gonna do this through 0, right? Okay, update. Okay, then we're gonna go next. Select our templates to configure, because when you can attach multiple templates, and you can modify all these templates to different V edges, and then they will all appear on the side, right? And you can review all this configuration. You can preview the configuration of each, so you can have up to 10 um, V edges, and then you can configure a rollback timer if you wanted to. Let's see what that does, right? That's, so we can say select device. We're gonna say V edge. This is great, and then we're gonna say 15 minutes, right? All right, and then we're gonna save. That's cool, right? All right, so now I have my configuration. If I look at my VPN, I have all my services on. I don't have a peer. I'm missing a peer, right? That's gonna cause some issues, so I may have to fix that, right? But if I go back here and I say, hey, what's the configuration diff, right? And I'll say side by side. Go down to my BGP configuration under VPN 0. Okay, it's not removing neighbor, it's adding to it. Okay, the router ID and that. So I'm not too concerned. See, interface if 0, I had that. Okay, so let's configure devices, see if we have an issue. But we're rolling back in 15 minutes, which is awesome, right? This is the same thing as configure terminal revert timer when you have the archive command. I don't know if anyone uses the archive command but the archive command is pretty useful. Okay, but just saying. Now let's see if this works now. Okay, sending configuration, we're already there. Hopefully this doesn't fail. I hope not. If it fails, I'll have to stop the video, and then we'll try the next video. I mean, we'll just modify. Oh, failure. Why? Logging with data server system in 115. An element is not correct. VPN. Device fail, processor message, system logging, VPN. Okay, Why is it saying VPN? Maybe I suppose I should put VPN cannot delete if zero interface from management VPN 512. We're not doing that. And the element value is not correct. Let me capture this. This is not a and this is due to my logging. So I'm not gonna modify anything. Hold on 1 second. I will go back to my template and remove this. I don't need this feature template. I really don't. And then on the next video we'll try to work the logging template. Let's scroll down to and then yeah, where is it? Logging. This is what's causing the issue. We're just gonna use default. Alright. And then 512, I'm just gonna delete this and I'm gonna use default because I never created a template or never added my template. Let's try with this and see what happens. Okay. Alright, let's attach a device real quick and try it again. One more time. And then I'll do another video that demonstrate how to do this. We're gonna work on the logging portion of it. Okay, so we're gonna edit this device template one more time. I think we have some values already in here. We'll just select what we've done in the past here. It's nice that it saved these values, right? So that I don't have to repeat all that. I wonder if it's gonna reject again. I should have modified the BGP while I was configuration. America in New York. Okay, that's 200, and then archive VPN ID. Good, sorry, that wasn't an error. So we're gonna update that, and then we're gonna go next, and then let's try it again and see if it screams. Because right now I have VPN 512 as default. It doesn't make sense that maybe because I didn't create a template specific and I had an interface and I didn't have a VPN 512 template and I had a VPN interface attached to a factory default. So that could be the issue. Oh, I forgot to do my rollback, but it's okay. Timer. It's always good to do a rollback timer in case so that the device is at least ordered to roll back, or you can cancel the rollback. I think there's gotta be, if you can roll back, there's gotta be a way to cancel the rollback. Or the rollback could be used as a feature to test first and then roll back in a certain amount of time. But there's got to be a way to say, hey, configure terminal confirm, right? Or configure confirm. Oh, failure. Receive a yang non-unique from the device. What? Boy. Device failed to process request. Error message value or is not unique. What? Don't make sense to me, but if name, why it's not unique? That doesn't make sense. I mean, interesting. Device failed to process request. Error message values are not unique. Did I? Oh, no. Yeah, that could be a problem. I'm using the same interface for both. Oof, okay. Let's go back into templates. We're gonna do feature templates again. Yeah, this can be, we're gonna change VPN 10 because that's the one that has the wrong configuration. We'll use it's a interface 3, I believe. Let me see, interface 3 for VPN 10. How did I screw this up? And this is where I think that using automation will shine, because I could be able to, for example, query and tell, hey, pull a JSON configuration of the current device and or VIII. And why did it? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I selected the right interface. Let me cancel out of that. Let's look at VPN 20 then. Value isn't unique. Why is the value not unique? That doesn't make sense at all. Let me see. Let me change this one. I think I may have not changed the VPN number. Value is not unique. That means that it's being used somewhere else, but where? Come on, it's so slow. What is this? This is the interface configuration, isn't it? Interface configuration. This configuration, okay. That means I never created a 512. That's a problem. Let me update that. One thing I'm doing is let's look at VPN 10 and see. Oh, it's saying that it's not being used anywhere. That could be a bit of a problem, is it? That doesn't make sense to me. Let me edit that. Yeah, that could be a problem. Okay, so under this, oh wow, I selected the wrong VPN. Well, that definitely could be a problem, right? Okay, update. Try one more time. Hopefully that's gonna work. And again, through trial and error, you can think you become more familiar with a product. I was hoping to make this video short, but I tend to try to make things work, and generally this could be positive or negative in certain cases, right? Let's add positive in that we're all learning something, right? So we don't make the same error because I'm making them right now, right? Negative is in that if you've, you'll have to watch the whole video to, you know, oh, what is this VPN? This is users, right? Oh, it didn't save some of this value. Oh man, that's probably because I didn't have this working, right? I never had attached this template. VH VPN name, that's data, yeah. And then these values are common. We need to fix also the BGP configuration. I'll do that another time. But for now, we'll just try to push this configuration. Hopefully it works. We don't have to revisit it. Okay, America, New York, that's my time zone. Okay, VH name, location, we said US, right? US. And then 200, right? Site ID, oh, 200. System IP is 1010. No, it's 1110, right? I believe so. 1.1.10. And then VPN ID or archive. I think this is it. VPN ID 0. Alright, let's update that. Hopefully that's gonna work this time. I'm gonna go next. We're gonna select the configuration to be applied. We're gonna roll back. Obviously this time I want to roll back because I'm missing the BGP peer. Let's say this was an actual that was in production, okay, and then we had a site out west, right? Let's say I forgot this important command, right? I needed to have the neighbor command, the address family, and it activated, right? The neighbor activated under this address family, right? So we're gonna do a rollback just to demonstrate that, hey, this could save us from catastrophic loss, right? And then which is at an exception. I don't know what the exception is. I won't save that. Okay, so and then we'll configure device. Hopefully that's going to work, right? Now I wish there was a way to, before even pushing the configuration, that while you're adding all these feature and templates, right, the orchestrator is able to identify duplicate configuration or configuration that might cause issues here and there, right? I wish there was something like that, because I mean you have to do this over and over to try and error until you're able to actually push your configuration across. But hopefully this, okay, failure, what is this now? It doesn't update configuration matters. Okay, he failed. Okay, now we only have one problem. Cannot delete if 0. Okay, we need to modify that template. If I don't, what's going to happen is it's going to try to remove it. Obviously it's not going to work, right? So let's, if 0 is used for out of band, so let's fix this right now. So I'm going to say I'm going to duplicate this VPN 10 right here. All right, I'm going to say copy. We'll do this one more time. We're going to call it 512, right? Because we don't want to 512. Okay, we're going to copy that. Okay, and we'll find this config. Where is it? VPN 10, VPN 20, configuration. So it's further down. VPN edge, yep, that's the one. We're going to say edit. Okay. shouldn't be that much. I don't know why it's taking this long. I'm only using 13% of CPU is not being well. Okay, finally. Alright, so we'll go back up. I mean, and you gotta realize that you're not gonna be able to use out of band anywhere, everywhere, right? Uh, there will be some times where you have to make decisions with. So this is 512, 512. You have to. I mean, it would cost a lot of money to buy a dedicated circuit for out of band management. No, off. We don't need that. We don't need that. Off. We don't need that. We don't need that. I don't need that. And then we don't need any of this. Right? We don't need all this. We're gonna update. Now we have an actual template. We might as well fix the BGP template quickly on VPN 0. I believe we have one BGP for VPN 0. We'll fix that. We'll add the peer. Let me check what the peer is. This is the neighbor, so we'll copy that. Okay. Alright, so where was this? This is the VIII VPN. I mean the configuration. We're gonna edit that. And then some probably this used in production, configuration might be more extensive than what we're doing right now. So this is at the basic, and we took this long just to so this is where I was missing neighbor. Wait. Okay. This is really slow. Alright, so let's go to neighbor. New neighbor. Of course. New neighbor. And then why is it? It's either it is not being very responsive right now. Okay. What is going on? Okay, perfect. Address. We're gonna do specific BGP neighbor. We're gonna say the edge. Okay. Well, that's wrong. V edge. V edge. Oh my god. Alright, we got something. And then because specific, I'll just drop the and then description. We don't need one. Remote AS. We're gonna make it specific, right? V edge. Oops. Edge. Okay. The edge. Address family. We're gonna say on. We're gonna select IPv4 unicast. We're gonna say no. My god, it's so slow. So we're not doing route policies, but see. shut down, global, no. We're not doing any redistribution. This is the item that I would like to change, but it says optional, so we're gonna just update. I wanted to say no shutdown, but it's taking too long, right? Because I'll have to edit it again one more time to render the web page proper. So let's go back to device and then run it again. Hopefully let's edit this and then quickly add what needs to be added under VIII VPN 512, because that's what I did the modification for. Okay, we're going to select that, and then we're going to add a VPN interface. We're going to select 512 interface configuration. I think I've got everything. We're going to update, and then we'll attach the VIII, and then we'll repeat the process of pushing configuration. Okay, let's try one more time. We're going to attach device, select edge, and then we'll build the template. Okay, I think the values have been already pre-filled, which is cool. I like that. Okay, 512 name, MGMT, VIII name data. Okay, B's internet 60,000. Okay, that's my ID. Oh man, I should have removed that, and I didn't. I was there. One thing I'm missing is the peer. Why can't I see the peer? I did not add the peer. That's probably what it is, because I was supposed to add it. Alright, so we'll go next, and then next time I will redo that template. Let's do a rollback also. Come on. Yeah, I need to add more resources to this lab, because like I said, those nodes are resource intensive. So let's quickly do this. Rollback timer. Let's make it 15. Select VIII. Let me see what add exception is. I'm curious. Oh, okay. That's it. That's you. Okay, and then configure device. Alright, let's see what happens. That does the rollback. So when you add the exception, it does say, hey, rollback, and that's your exception is a rollback. Alright, let's refresh this. Hopefully it's gonna take, because I kept everything intact. If not, we may have to troubleshoot this another time. The video is getting too long. We have configured mainnet sending configuration to device, and this is where it failed before. I want to see a success, not a failure. So we're still having issues with 512. Device failed to process request. Error message. VPN instance cannot delete. Zero interface from management. But we're not really deleting that. Okay, let me see. Let me do a research with this error. It's peculiar. Yeah. Well, there's actually a post on this. That's interesting. Um, create a new for VAP 12 manifest user, then call this template device template. That's what we did. Yeah, about it, so on. You can't remove it. Yeah. VPN interface for if0. That's what I did. You can keep the VPN template default and set VPN interface to the newly created feature template for if0. Yeah, that's what I did, right? I really want to end this video, but I'm curious because I did create a feature template for this, and then it was added under VPN 512. It's interesting that I'm getting this error, and I thought this would be how you fix this, right? So under VIII 512, VPN 512, unless I've used the wrong value or selected the wrong interface, I'm pretty sure that in my case, if0, let's go back and see. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Server about 12, yeah, well. Yeah, that's what we did. Come on, it's so slow. Yeah, it's okay, let's see real quick what was put in here. I'm pretty sure I selected the right interface though. Hopefully it's something as stupid as there's an actual if0 in this configuration. Still loading. Okay, done. Yeah, see? Why is this not? Let me see. Maybe I may just have to opt to do this and then type it in myself. Right? Let's try that. And then we'll type if0 in there. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I think you should have taken it when because it took everything else, right? At least the gig interfaces. Let's see, let me edit this real quick, and then we'll go back again and think that I've attached 512 to it, so I think we should work now. Yep, we should work. I mean, they're saying we don't even need these, so we can keep this factory, right? And then add this interface right here and update. I think we should be okay. Now, one thing that I probably didn't add was the BGP peer. I should have gone back and fixed that while we're on the feature templates, but I want to end this video, and next time we can just do this. So let's quickly think this time it's gonna work, right? Data says it's gonna work. Okay, we cannot mess this up. Alright, so I'm just gonna copy this as is and add it in there. So all right, let's edit the template. Okay, so hopefully it's only just, oh man, I hate when he does that. Okay, select, 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 select. Makes it so much easier because we've already completed all this. Well, what is this? Interface name. This is where I go specific. Select, and hopefully this time it'll take. And B's Internet. Alright. Time zone is America, New York. Okay, there it is. System IP, site ID, and then it'll be funny if it's there's another error that pops up. Okay, so we'll go next. Select the configuration. We'll apply a rollback once. Yeah, so this time I type that in, right, as if 0. Hopefully that's gonna tick. Okay, if it doesn't, then we'll just do this on another video. Okay, let's scroll down and see. So it's funny that it took the gig interfaces. Let me see, 512, there it is. So that should work, right? You would think. We got this right. I'm gonna add this exception. Right. Add exception. There we go. Save. Save. Oh, come on. Configure device. All right. Hopefully that's gonna work this time, but if it doesn't, we'll do another video and we'll come back and troubleshoot this together. Maybe I should start a podcast and have guests get involved, or okay, almost there. Okay, so sending configuration, and this is generally where you fail every time. Okay, refresh, see what happens. Failure. Ooh, device fail. Invalid source interface. Gig 0 config for system server for VPN 0. Okay, so that's easy fix. I think we have an idea of how to fix this. We'll do user define, and then we'll go back and fix this in another video. Thank you for watching. We'll address these failures, these configuration failures, device configuration failures next time. Thank you for watching.